Okay, this is a lesson for Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones, and there's a lot going on in this song. I think that's probably obvious, so this will be a few lessons. The first thing that I'm going to say is that I'm using open E tuning on the rhythm guitar. Now, my understanding is that Keith Richards used open E tuning on the studio track on the Let It Bleed album. But when he plays it live since like 1970 or something, he's used standard tuning. So perhaps at some point I'll show the standard tuning arrangement for the rhythm guitar. But for now I'm going to use open E. So how do you get to open E tuning? Well, if you have your guitar in standard tuning, your sixth string, and then you change it as follows. The sixth string stays at an E. Oops, turn off my amp. Sixth string stays at an E. Fifth string goes up to a B. Fourth string goes up to an E. Third string goes up to a G sharp. Second string stays as a B. And the first string stays as a B. And you get this nice... Excuse me. Now, this song is... I think the easiest way to describe what's happening is that it's structured around this kind of a progression. So what this is like a C sharp, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm just barring right across all six strings at the 9th fret. Then move that bar down to the 7th fret, you get a B. Then move it down to the 5th fret and you get an A. So if you just strum through those, you get a sense of the song, right? Etc. Now, the reason I say that is because I'm going to refer to those C sharp, B, and A positions as I'm trying to describe what's happening with the introductory work on the rhythm guitar, because it changes each time they go through. Okay, I think the easiest way to deal with this song is for me to just play through these riffs slowly and on a close-up, and you can kind of watch what my fingers are doing. And I'll give some description as well. So I'm starting out in this C-sharp position at the 9th fret, okay? And at this point, I just bar across the first 5 strings. I don't worry about the 6th string. I kind of mute it with my finger there. And then what you're going to be doing is playing around with the 3rd string at the 10th fret and the 4th string at the 11th fret. Okay, okay. So here's what you do. Oops. Okay, so that's the opening riff. What I'm doing is I'm starting on the 5th string. Go to the 4th string at the 9th fret as well, and then lay those 2 fingers down at the 3rd and 4th strings, 10th and 11th fret. Then go back to the 5th string at the 9th fret, and then lift your finger off the 4th string. So at that point you're playing them together, but you're fretting them at the like this, at the 9th and 10th fret. Okay. Then you slide the whole thing down, the whole position, or the whole grip there down to the 7th fret. That's the B chord. And you do it's a little bit different. You go. Okay, so what you're doing is you're playing the 5th string at the 7th fret, then the 3rd and 4th together at the 7th fret. Whoops. And then you lay those 2 fingers down, and then you go back to the 5th string. Okay, and you end also with that 3rd and 4th string at the 8th and 7th fret. Okay. Then Then you drop down to the 5th fret. I'll have to move my camera to show you that. Okay, and this is the A position, the A chord. And this one's a little bit different. Instead of fretting these two strings at the 10th and 11th, or sorry, at the, in this case at the 6th and 7th fret, you're going to fret them both, and I use it, I do a little double stop here. Fret them both across the 7th fret. Okay, so you start. Okay, so you got this. 5th string at the 5th fret. 3rd and 4th string also played together, but at the 5th fret. 7th fret back to the 5th fret. And you're going back to that 5th string. And then you slide it up, and you're going to play the, you slide it up and you're going to play the 3rd and 4th strings at the at the, at the 6th and 7th fret. No, sorry, at the 8th and 9th fret, I mean. Okay. Twice. And back to a double stop on the 7th fret. And then back to the 5th string at the 7th. And then you can slide up and start again on your, here we go, at the 9th fret. So I'm just going to play through that bit on the, at the 5th fret again. And you can't see because I'm zoomed in too much. Let's try that again. Slid back up to the 9th fret. The second time he plays it, okay, so the second time he's going, okay, so that's 5th string, then the 3rd and 4th strings played at the 9th fret together. Bang those two fingers down at the 10th and 11th fret of the 3rd and 4th string. Play them 3 times. Lift your finger off the 4th string. Back to everything kind of double, not everything, but the 3rd and 4th strings double stopped at the 9th. Slide down to the 7th fret. So here you go, 7th fret, 5th string, 7th fret, 3rd and 4th string with the 3rd string fretted at the 8th fret. Okay. And then the exact same riff when you get down to the 5th fret. Slide back up to the 9th fret. Okay, after that, you still are playing in the same positions, but you essentially move down a set of strings, down a string, I guess. So you're back into the 9th position here. Okay, so you start with the 4th string at the 9th fret. Then to the then to the 3rd string at the 9th fret, then to the 10th, then up to the 12th. Okay, so the 12th, then back fretting that 3rd string at the 10th fret, but playing that string plus the 2nd string at the 9th fret. Okay, then both at the 9th fret. And then you finger the 3rd string at the 12th fret again and play that along with the 4th string at the 9th fret. Okay. And drop down to the 7th fret and you go through the same motion, really. the 5th fret. Okay, and what that is, you start on the 4th string at the 5th fret, then play a double stop on the 2nd and 3rd strings at the 5th fret, up to the 7th, back to the 5th. Then slide up to the 2nd and 3rd strings fretted at the 7th and 8th fret. Then back to those same strings fretted at the 5th fret, both, and then to the 4th string at the 5th. You could probably fret it a little neater if you just slid right up, did a bar right across the 7th fret, and went. Oops. Then slide back into the 9th fret and do the same, that same progression, played the same way. You know, just before the song goes into the verse, after that introduction, there's this kind of little riff that they do, or that Keith does, and I'll just play through it, and then I'll explain it to you. So what we're doing here is picking up after the last riff in the introduction. And then you slide up to the 9th position and you play this. So basically what you're doing is you're starting with a rest. So it's like, I guess I'll play it really slowly and maybe count it. Okay, on the 1 beat. Rest. Okay. Rest and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, if you're counting out 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. So that's the rhythm. Now what I'm doing is I'm playing the 4th string at the 9th fret, then the 3rd string at the 10th fret, and holding that for a full beat. Then playing that plus the 2nd string at the 9th fret together. Then the 12th fret to the 9th fret on the 4th string. Slide down to the 7th position, and it's a little bit different, but it's very similar. Okay, 7th fret on the 4th string to the 8th fret on the 3rd string. Okay, that's the 2nd and 3rd string played together at the 7th and 8th fret, respectively. And then I just lift my finger off and play those 3rd and 4th strings at the 7th fret. Then immediately go to the 6th string at the 5th fret. Okay. So 6th string at the 5th fret, and then you're double stopping the 3rd and 4th strings at the 7th fret and playing that, and then down to the same 2 strings at the 5th fret. And in between you play that 6th string. that's just open. The 4th, 5th, and 6th strings played open, then at the 5th, open at the 5th, then at the 7th, and then slide up to the 9th. As soon as you slide up to the 9th, you're into your... Okay, here's the verse and chorus played through. So, you start out with this this little verse riff. Okay, and what that is, you're barring at the 9th fret and playing the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings, and then you're playing you're fretting the 4th and 5th string at the 12th fret. Okay? And then you go open again. So, and what this is you're barring at the 9th and you're fretting the 3rd string at the 10th fret and the 5th string at the 11th fret. And then you do that little thing with the 12th fret on the 4th and 5th string again. So I'll play it slowly. Whoops. Okay, I'll do that again because I made a mistake. And you repeat that while he's singing the verse. That little riff is also a bit of a bridge between the between the chorus back into the verse, okay? And sometimes he does that. The 1st and 2nd string, while he's barring this, the 1st and 2nd string at the 12th fret, down to the 2 strings, same 2 strings played at the 9th fret. The chorus is based on this progression from the C sharp to the B to the A, and then the open E. So initially, you're just going straight down with straight bars, okay? Okay, 9, 7, and 5th frets, open, 5th, 7th, slide up to the 9th to start again. The second time you run through the chorus, okay, the second time when you get to the B, you're barring across the 7th and you're playing the 3rd string at the 8th fret as well. So it's like this. And then you go down to the 5th. Okay, you do this little and that little riff, it's similar to what you do during the introduction. Okay, so that's the so you've played the everything fretted across the, well, the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings fretted across the 5th fret, and then you're fretting the 3rd and 4th strings at the 7th fret, then down to the 5th fret, and then playing that 5th string at the 5th fret. Okay, when you slide up, so then you play that little riff as a sort of a bridge into the next verse.